YouTube was happening with it. Coming at y'all with another video, man. I'm sitting at work, sitting outside in the yard. It's gonna be one of them days right here where I'm at that point where I feel like, you know what, I'm gonna hang it up. I'm done driving. But you know, I got a lot of good days too. But today's gonna be one of them days where I just don't want to deal with the BS. The yard that I'm at, it's right outside of Savannah, Georgia. I'm supposed to be taking a load or picking up a load in Macon, which is right at, you know, a little over 2.5, maybe, you know, 2.5 hours. You know, maybe 3 hours depending on traffic or whatever. But y'all know that saying when they say, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself, right? So when I came back yesterday, I was told that another driver would bring me, y'all excuse the noise if y'all hear it, it's a lawnmower behind me. But you know how they say, you know, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So when I came home from work yesterday, when I got back to the yard yesterday, they were saying we're gonna have another driver bring you an empty box out of the port, or empty container, and drop it on the yard. So when you come in tomorrow, all you got to do is hook up and go. So here I am sitting at the yard. I've been sitting here since 7 o'clock. It's 9:32 right now. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all can see, but right over there, there's two containers, refrigerated containers. The one on the left is one that another guy brought in after I came. And the one with the blue stars on it is the one that I brought back yesterday from Douglas, Georgia, which is 2.5 hours away. Those hadn't even been picked up and taken into the port. So I've been sitting here since 7. I could have gone into the port myself. I'm sitting here, truck sitting over there. I could have gone into the port myself, picked up a box, put the genset on it, turned it on so it'd cool off, and I could have been heading to Macon already. But because another driver was supposed to do it, now I gotta wait for him because apparently the port is backed up. So this driver is already in the process, going through the whole process of getting the container out of the port. So now I gotta sit here and wait on him. And it's 9:32, 9:33, and I'm supposed to be in Macon by 11:30 because it's an appointment. And the place that I'm delivering to, I've already had a bad experience with them before because I showed up 30 minutes late to an appointment and they said they would fit me in. So a 10 o'clock appointment turned into me not getting seen until 4 o'clock. I pretty much almost ran out of time. I think I had like an hour left on the clock. But because I'm local, I'm a local driver, I was able to claim the 16-hour exemption or exception or whatever they call it. So I gained 2 extra hours to get all the way back home. But I spent the entire day up there because of a 30-minute, you know, being late by 30 minutes. So now I'm not going to the same location because the other location, I believe, is in McDonough or whatever it's called. But the same company, just another location. I wasted an entire day because I was 30 minutes late one time before at one location. Now I'm going to another location and I'm going to be, I don't know how many hours late. So who knows if they're going to do the same. Luckily, this particular location I'm supposed to be at is a smaller warehouse. So hopefully they don't act like the last one. The last one was pretty big. It's like, you know, distribution center size. But man, it's going to be one of those days, man. Like right now, I keep contemplating whether I just want to say screw it and just go home. Because, you know, it's 9:30. It's, you know, 9:30 right now. After 9:30. And it'll be late by the time I come back. I'm about to tell you know what, I'm about to give myself a day off. That's how I feel right now. But you know, you got days like this whenever you're in this industry anyway. It's always gonna be days like this, you know. But man, I gotta find me another line of work. Every single time I say I'm done driving trucks, I end up back into another truck. When I stopped driving for Landstar, I took me a 2-month break, and then I started driving locally, pulling dry bulk, you know, with a tanker trailer. Did that for a couple months, and then I got tired of the whole slip seating thing and dealing with the management and poor communication between drivers. So I gave that up and, you know, took off another couple months. And now here I am again. Because I said I wasn't going to drive no more after that last job. And now here I am again, sitting in a truck. Again. But if I stop driving this time, I think I'm done. If I do get behind another wheel, you know, expecting to be compensated for it, it's going to be independently. But I'm not going to be driving 18-wheelers. Like, I used to drive for FedEx a while back, and I love that job. So if I ever get back behind the wheel, it's going to be me as an independent contractor, and I'm going to buy me a route from FedEx. I'm going to buy me a small little Sprinter van, and I'll run my own route. I'll do that. Less maintenance, less overhead. You know, I still got my truck. I still got my own Freightliner. Matter of fact, if I do got one person he's been very interested in buying it. We've been talking back and forth. You know, we're still in the negotiation process. But you know, if he bites and he ends up driving off with that truck, I'm gonna take some of the money I made from that truck and I'm gonna go talk to FedEx about getting a route as an independent contractor. I'll do that all day long. You know, but I've had a lot of good times on the road. A lot of good times. I kind of miss being on the road too, though, at the same time. But if I ever go back on the road, it's gonna be with a new truck. Like, I would have to trade my truck in, or you know, sell it, whatever the case is, and take that money and go put it down on a new truck. Not brand spanking new, but something a lot newer, and go from there, you know. Or I would just suck it up and go back to being a company driver over the road. But I'm at the stage right now in my life where my whole motivation over this past year so far has been to be my own boss. You know, the money I make with these little jobs here and there, this job, but my last job, is just play money. It's just money to put up in the savings, or, you know, extra cushion money. You know, it's nice to have more than one stream of income. But I got some plans I'm trying to put in motion, and we'll see where they go. But man, all I know is today is gonna be one of those days. I see it right now. It's gonna be one of those days. But we all have them. I didn't have plenty. But you know, you just roll with the punches with it. So we're gonna see how long it takes for this driver to come back from the port. I mean, the port is literally less than 5 minutes away from the yard. And considering the port opens at 6 o'clock, it shouldn't take 3.5 hours to get one container out of the port. If it's that backed up, I know one thing, it's 9:40 right now. If that container ain't on the yard by, I say, another hour, 10:30, 11 o'clock, hey, I got something to do. I ain't gonna be able to go. You know, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, I actually did get some bad news this morning. You know, I'm not gonna get into specifics, but you know, it's a part of life. Now, I could take that bad news in there and, you know, they just gonna have to run with it. Family comes first before anything else. Family over everything. We got. That's what we say in my family. But I'm gonna try to hang it out. You know, if he comes within the next hour, I'll go ahead and run this load. If not, I'm out. You know, I'm not even technically directly employed with this company. I'm filling a seat until they get more drivers, because I actually work under an employment agent for CDL drivers, CDL holders. I get paid by them, not by this company. So if I call the agent up and say, hey, I don't want to run this route, I don't want to run with this company this week, then they'll find me something else. You know. But everything around here is going to be port work anyway. So it really doesn't matter where I go. I'm still going into port pulling containers, unless I decide to go over the road again or do flatbed work. But man, I'm just on here rambling. I just figured I would kind of give y'all a little realistic view of the kind of stuff I deal with, instead of just giving y'all updates on how I've been and where, you know, what I'm doing and where I'm at. And this right here is just a realistic view of the kind of stuff that we deal with being local. And this really isn't even that bad. I mean, we can go on and on about wrong pickup numbers and stuff like that, wrong container numbers and wrong pickup times. Well, everybody knows that when you drive a truck. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, man. I just wanted to give y'all a quick little rundown on what I got going on, which is really nothing. I've been sitting in my own truck since 7 o'clock, looking around, you know, just literally. I don't know if y'all can. I'm just sitting outside, man. Sitting outside. I don't know if y'all can see them white day cabs over there, but that's where my truck's parked at. All these other trucks are other companies. So, and that's the yard behind us with all the containers, obviously. But I'm gonna get off of here, man. Y'all be easy. Stay tuned for the next one.